So a couple days ago, I was able to visit the Asics van during its stop in Boulder. I got to go to Avery Brewing Company, and I got to try out the Metaspeed Edge Plus, as well as see some exciting shoes that are coming out of fall this year. So first up, I wanted to touch quickly on what I thought about the Metaspeed Edge Plus. So I just did a quick 5K in it, and it was just kind of a casual pace, wasn't race pace or anything, but I did put this shoe on one foot and the Metaspeed Sky V1 on the other foot, and here's just some of my thoughts. So compared to the Sky Plus, I thought that the Edge Plus felt like there's a little bit less under forefoot. This is true, one, because it does have a slightly lower stack in the forefoot, but also it doesn't have that kind of bulbous part that's really noticeable under the forefoot. And then two, I thought the rocker wasn't kind of as exaggerated as it is on the Metaspeed Sky Plus. So overall, I think the Sky Plus is a little more cushioned and has kind of a more aggressive rocker, or at least for my running style. However, when I'd had the Sky V1 on my left foot and the Edge Plus on my right foot and was jogging around in them, it honestly felt like I was wearing the same shoe. They felt super similar in the stack height and the rocker and plate placement and everything. So honestly, if you love the Sky V1, you tried the Sky Plus, weren't a fan, you might like the Edge Plus better since it is pretty similar in my opinion to the Sky V1. However, I think that the Sky Plus is definitely going to be my choice for half marathon and above, while like I mentioned, the Sky V1 and the Edge Plus might be better at some of those 10K paces for me personally. Alright, now let's talk about what's coming this fall. So first up is the Hyperspeed 2. So this is Asics kind of budget friendly, kind of more traditional racer slash uptempo trainer. And it gets a full redesign, losing the Meta Racer look of the last version, and it now takes a few design cues from the Metaspeed series. The midsole is regular flight foam, the outsole does resemble the Metaspeed series, and then it has a simple upper. Next up is a crowd favorite, the Novablast. So the Novablast 3 gets some exciting changes. The upper gets tweaked and adds a gusseted tongue. The midsole will now use Flight Foam Blast Plus, and it will add a millimeter more stack, but even with that added stack, it will be lighter than V2 at under 9 ounces. The Novablast V3 is releasing in September, I believe September 1st. The Magic Speed 2 is another shoe that I saw that I am really excited about. So the last version of the Magic Speed, again, kind of looked like the Meta Racer, where the stack height was a little lower, it had only just a partial plate in it, but it did use Flight Foam Blast. With V2, it gets a complete redesign, and now it shares a lot of similarities with the V1 of the Metaspeed Sky. So V2 of the Magic Speed will have a thicker stack height and will feature full Flight Foam Blast Plus, as well as a full-length carbon plate. Again, we're going to see a similar outsole to what we found on the Metaspeed Plus series. And then the upper on it is going to be a little more daily trainer friendly. It's still very light and minimal, but it's going to be a little more padded and a little more built up than a super simple light racing upper. So this shoe will also be available September 1st. So if the Asics van does stop by a town that's near you, I highly recommend checking it out. It was a really cool experience. Nice to try on some shoes, see what's coming up, and talk to some great people. What are your thoughts on these Asics shoes that are coming out this fall? Go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss my reviews of these shoes. And as always, keep on running.